It's another episode. Respect the recap. Episode
I
think 6.
6.
We're
it's
finishing
6.
week 6 right now, so it should be episode 6.
Yeah, I think it's 6.
Yeah.
Episode 6.
Santana? Joe Santana?
Yeah, we didn't do last week. Last week we didn't release audio. We only released video. So this week, audio. Respect the recap. Episode 6. Jumping right to
all
it.
my bilinguals.
I had Buffalo. You see my team shirt. So real quick, each week I wear a shirt, and I wear the same shirt until Buffalo loses. When the game's over and they win, I hang it in the closet. It stays in there until they play again, put it back on, and we go from there. Very superstitious. The shirt, however, every time I've worn it, they've lost. Every single time. So I never wear the shirt. But I put it on yesterday. I'm down to the last few Buffalo shirts. Halftime I took it off. Why? Because you guys watched the Bills game and know their offense looks horrible. Defense looks great. Josh Allen looks like he doesn't know what he's doing back there. They're trying to get him not to run the ball so much, I guess, because there are many lanes where he could take off, and he is just not doing it. His passing is so-so. Run game is there, then 2 or 3 good runs, and they start with the passing again, and it goes sideways. You heard me make the excuse last week for the Jags game in London. Jet lag, they're tired, blah, 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 blah. No excuse last night or Sunday night. You guys are probably watching this Tuesday or Wednesday. It was a rough offensive game. Defense looked great. It was, again, the Giants. I was telling my boy he's a big, big Giants fan. I am concerned about playing the Giants. Daniel Jones is the problem. He is 3-4 turnovers a game. Give those teams extra possessions. He's the problem. Tyrod Taylor, though he's not flashy, doesn't turn the ball over. He is not a reckless player. He's not going to go out there and excel and get your guys better, but he's not going to make it any worse. And you saw last night, he had one bonehead play. And at the end of the game, I'm an objective fan. That was clearly pass interference, that last play of the game. They didn't call it. I'm glad we won, but it shouldn't have been that close. Buffalo should have blown the doors off of the Giants. So I'm telling you, as a Bills fan, Bills Mafia, blah, blah, blah. I love them. They're great. Go team. But 2 games in a row now, almost no points, looking lost out there. I'm not happy with what I'm seeing with Buffalo at the moment. I am not happy with what I see with Buffalo at the moment.
No?
No, sir.
Well, y'all need to
hopefully they get it going.
More.
What's that?
Well, they never run the ball.
They need to get back to running the ball.
They need to run the ball. They need to run them more. You're right. They had a couple good runs the other night, and they drop off. They start going back. We're gonna do some little dink and dunks. Like we'd have won the game early if Allen would have noodle armed it to a wide open Dawson Knox 20 yards down the field. Those are 3 feet in front of him. There's something going on. I want to hear all this shoulder. Listen, I'm a Bills fan, Bills Mafia, like I said, but it's the most apologetic fan base I've ever seen. No matter how bad Buffalo does. Oh, but it's this, it's that. No, dude, I don't care that he's hurt. Don't have your quarterback run the ball so much, and he won't get hurt. It was a bad game, bad quarterback play. Defense looked great without studs on the team. It was a rough watch for me. So as of right now, though we won, and Buffalo, we are 4-2. It is not. I'm not a confident 4-2 Bills fan, and we'll get to the upcoming week. This Friday on Respect the Game, we go over our upcoming games. But right now, Respect the recap. Bills fan, I'm not happy.
Side note.
Make sure y'all tune in.
We were just talking about Griselda. They are huge Buffalo Bills fans.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Maybe they need to make a song for him. Maybe they need to do something to pep them up.
They had the theme song for them one game last year.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, for one of the primetime games.
How the Colts fans looking right now?
Come on, Dak. I'm less optimistic than I was last week. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
We took the kickoff. We drove down. I think it was like an 18-play drive. Went down there, kicked the field goal. Jags took it. They went down there and they scored a touchdown, 7-3. We kick it off. Very next play, Minshew steps back, strip sack, boom, at the 20. Jaguars go up 14-3, and we go to throwing the ball. We're down 14-3. I guess we got to throw the ball. And
all hope.
55 attempts later, Minshew had 3 interceptions, and he was responsible for what happened. Defense only gave up 233 yards of offense, but gave up 37 points. So that goes to tell you what type of field position Jacksonville was working with all game long. So can't even blame the defense. Not really. I mean, you only give up 233 yards. They were like 3 and 14 on third down.
Seems like almost all the time you're in the short end you're defending your own territory.
Yeah, we only gave up like 53 yards rushing to Etienne, and bright side is this was the first game Minshew ever threw 3 picks in his career, and hopefully he doesn't do it again.
So
bad thing is,
go. My bad.
We might be stuck with him for a while.
Yeah, your boy, he's thinking about opting for season-ending surgery.
Well, they still getting opinions. They don't know yet. They said they'll make a decision when they have to. So that means he's on IR. We got 4 weeks to make a decision.
Yeah. So we're watching the game yesterday, and the stat comes up. Under 10 yards, not 20, not 15. Under 10 yards, Minshew was 20 for 25, 200 yards, something like that. Passes over 10 yards, 0 for 3, 3 interceptions. And I'm like, you know what? What is that stat? His downfield percentage is passing over 5 yards. Like
the whole offseason. The whole offseason, I argued with people, and I argued with Dewey.
We saw it yesterday, and I'm like, bro, I tried to get a picture of it, but the TV, the one was kind of far away.
So now
exactly
Dewey
what we talked about.
Now Dewey could stop texting me that we're better off with Minshew and his DB and his super soaker, because it's horrible. Listen, the Jaguars were so not worried about our pass game.
Yeah.
That they were in base defense. Even if we came out with 4 wide receivers, they were in base defense, so we couldn't run. And they said, hey, you got 5 guys on the line. We're putting 7 here to stop the run. And our 4 guys on the back, we're not worried about Minshew.
And they showed him, man.
You can't throw it behind us. So all we got to do is wait for you to throw it 5 yards and come up and make the tackle.
And that's what happened. Bro, they blew it 37-20. That's Jacksonville's best game.
Oh, man. They lead the league in turnovers. So they're good at taking away the ball. But at the same time this game we gave them 4. And I think the first game of the season we gave them 3. So 7 of them are Colts turnovers. So good thing is we don't have to play them again.
There you go. Positive attitude.
Yeah. I told you guys on the episode last week that we haven't won there since 2014.
That is correct.
So, I only had 2 kids back then, so there you go.
And speaking of that fun fact you also gave a fun fact that Shanahan is 1-8 against Kyle Schwartz. So, Rob, how you feeling about your team yesterday?
Who did you say, Kyle? Well, who the hell is Kyle Schwartz?
Kyle Shanahan is 1-8 against Jim Schwartz.
Oh, Jim Schwartz, yeah. He's 1-9 now.
And Schwartz, so now 1-9. So, Rob, how you feeling about your team?
I'm going to say 50-50 for the simple fact that I'm not happy with the loss, but I'm happy that the loss has finally come.
Yeah.
So that everybody can get all their opinions and all this stuff that they want to get out. Brock ain't this. I told you.
They went nuts today, bro.
You know, so I mean, you know, the loss had to come. You know, he wasn't gonna go 17, 20, you know, as a starter and keep breaking all these, you know, records or whatnot. But as far as the game, you know, we started off good. You know, first drive, first quarter, we was looking like the oiled machine. You know, it was running good with McCaffrey, and then you know Cleveland made some adjustments, and boom, that you know, people got to give Cleveland credit. They have a stout defense. You know, you got 95 on one side. You know, they got a good secondary.
Yeah.
Denzel Ward, Newsome on the other side. Delpit, I like him. And you know, it wasn't a good clean game. You know, we was running the ball pretty well, but you know, we was for some reason Brock was just off. Whether it was the pressure that was coming, the
when
weather.
Did McCaffrey get hurt? Because McCaffrey gets hurt, Debo gets hurt.
Yeah, but
He got hurt in the third quarter.
McCaffrey.
I didn't want to.
No, Debo.
Debo in the third quarter.
Yeah, Debo got hurt. No, Debo got hurt in the first quarter with his shoulder.
Yeah, Debo got hurt early. He's
no,
on my fantasy team.
McCaffrey got hurt in the third quarter.
Early.
Yeah.
Yeah, so McCaffrey was third quarter. Okay.
Yeah, but I didn't want to speak on that or even bring that into my assessment or recap for the simple fact that we still had chances to win. You know, we was up.
Oh yeah, I mean, the guy missed a field goal. I mean, a chip shot also.
Yeah, but even then, we shouldn't even let it get to that. Is what I'm saying, because we had the drive, we got the stop that we needed in the fourth quarter. We came down. We had the lead, and all we had to do was just get 1 3 and out, and the game was over. We let them drive. They came down and drive. Now, granted, you know, the penalties, of course, I didn't agree with neither one of them, especially the one by Gibson. That was not a personal foul. He led with his shoulder, so that extended the play. But, you know, it is what it is. Still got to keep playing, next play on.
Yeah.
And, you know, we get the drive, and we drive down. Now, the thing that upset me was it was 3rd and 7. I don't know why we didn't try to go one more play, run it, short pass, and get to a 3rd and 2, if not a first down. And, you know, maybe the 3-4 yards would have helped him make the field goal. You know, it was during the offseason, there was some leeries and worries about Moody. You know, he's a rookie, but, you know, they said he was kind of shaky. So I really don't have too much trust in this kicker right now. He has played good or kicked good most of the season, but, you know, all in all, I would grade us C-. I didn't really like the offense once the injuries came in. The fact that we started sputtering. You know, Ayuk dropped a ton of passes that he normally makes.
Yeah, it was rough yesterday watching that game.
Hey, I got you know what a good thing is on that too?
What's that?
Shanahan don't have to face Jim Schwartz again this year either.
Oh,
because he's haven't scored more than 20 points against Jim Schwartz in 10 games.
I mean, what they got 17 yesterday. It was like I'm sitting there watching. I'm watching the game, and there's a dude at Brews Room. He's like, "Yo, I'm trying to watch the game." I'm like, "Bro, it's San Francisco the Browns. Like, why? Check your phone every 20 minutes for a touchdown update. They're gonna blow them out." I mean, they talk weather, they talked injuries, they talk Schwartz. I mean, across the board, there was nothing set up at all yesterday for San Francisco to go in there. They just were handled easily. Like it was, like I said, but I'm with you. Get that fluke loss out of the way now. You know what I'm saying? Worry about your conference, your division. Cleveland, losing Cleveland, nobody cares. So going from that, my shock of the week, world famous shock of the week. These New York Jets. I didn't, first of all, having 2 undefeateds go down, and that's one of your guys' shock. I'm going to say about that. But having
that's my shocker.
Jalen Hurts, 3 interceptions. Jalen Hurts is normally pretty conservative with the ball. He's very smart with the ball. No forced passes, runs when he needs to run, slides, gets out of bounds. He plays smart with the ball.
Agreed.
3 interceptions yesterday. The defense whooped their ass. It wasn't even close. That defense across the board kept Hurts, kept what Swift had. Let me see here.
He didn't do too much.
Jalen Hurts, top rusher, 47 yards. Swift, 18 yards. Gainwell, 13 yards. Now, A.J. Brown, he had 131 receiving yards. But after him, nobody else topped 45 yards receiving.
And
The
you
3
would've
interceptions were a big deal. What's that?
You would have thought with their 2 best corners out that they would have had a field fest on the secondary.
Bro, Sauce wasn't playing. They had every reason to go in there and do their thing. And I like Salah's press conference. We didn't win all these games, but I tell you what, we've embarrassed every quarterback that we've played. And, bro, he's not wrong. They need to get more firepower on offense, but that defense is no joke. Whether, again, they lost some games, but they have made all these quarterbacks, they've kept them in check for sure. So that's my shock. The Jets defense
they don't need more fire.
Well, I got stuff going on over here. The Jets defense beating Philadelphia losing, and Hurts throwing 3 interceptions. That game, Philly at the Jets, and that's the Jets' first time in their history beating Philadelphia. They were 0-12 lifetime, and they got their first win. So my shock of the week, Jets over Philadelphia, and how that defense handled that Philly offense. Felix, you got a shock of the week?
Yeah. Notre Dame. Notre Dame.
That was something else there.
That's what you say, when you get ready to fight and you got that pretty boy coming in and you like, man, I'm not finna pretty boy with you, dog. I'm finna drug you in the mud, dog. Make this thing dirty. And that's what they did. They took them little California boys and say, hey, we finna punch you in the mouth.
Caleb,
all game long.
20. God.
All game long. We're going to just punch you in the mouth. You and your little Heisman Trophy winner with his nails painted. We're going to punch you in the mouth and show you how it is. And how it get down in Indiana.
He's part of
it wasn't even close.
Man, they punched those dudes in the mouth from the get-go. Caleb threw 3 picks. He ain't thrown 3 picks in the game his whole career.
Caleb got painted fingernails? My God.
He always got painted fingernails.
There in California, man. That's what they do.
That was my shock of the week.
3 interceptions, 199 yards passing, 23 for 37. Yeah,
he didn't look like a number 1 quarterback Saturday. He didn't look like the top quarterback in the draft. You know what I'm saying? Because Notre Dame's good, but it ain't that much NFL talent on that defense.
So is USC playing duds all the time, or he faced a real team and got exposed a little bit?
I just think like they got punched in the mouth, man. Sometimes they punch you in the mouth. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like when the Colts
plan until you get punched in the face.
It's like the Colts back in the day, man. We used to be inside that dome putting up Star Wars numbers, pew 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 pew, and then we get out in Foxborough in the winter in the playoffs, and it's muddy and rainy, and we scored 3 points.
Yeah.
So it just bees like that sometimes, man. You out there, and I think what it shows you is they might have some trouble leaving that Pac-12 and coming over to this gritty division where they play smash mouth football.
It's not a bad one.
Because, I mean, can you imagine them playing that California style football and then they going up to Ann Arbor and they playing Michigan? Are they playing Ohio State?
Yeah.
And I don't know, man. I don't know. They're going to have to get tough out there in Cali if they're going to compete with them boys.
Rob, shock of the week. You ready? Felix, keep going. Rob's got us muted.
Huh?
Rob's not ready just yet. I'm sorry I've cut you off.
His mouth is moving.
He's talking to somebody.
Huh?
He's talking to somebody.
My other shot, yeah, Colorado.
Oh man,
come on, bro.
I'd tell you what. Same with the Purdy thing. These people, a lot of people have problems with Shador's watch thing when it beat Arizona. Now they're like, listen, you're up, shutting out Stanford and all that flashy watch stuff. Maybe you practice harder. Now I don't really like that kind of stuff. Don't use what you don't like about someone or what they did and translate it to their game like 2 weeks later. That has nothing to do with it. But you're up 20-something points, 28-0 at halftime, something
29,
like
was it 29-0? Yeah.
And then with a double overtime?
Shouldn't even went there.
Yeah.
How do you give up a receiver almost 300 yards receiving? They went to that dude every single play. Like, how do you not just stop it?
No, that was tough. That's a shocker there for sure.
You can't give up 300 yards to a receiver. That was disgusting. But I was more shocked by the Notre Dame.
Yeah, Colorado's done. Yeah, my shock of the week is what you had said. The two undefeateds going down. I didn't think both of them would go down, especially the way they went down. They both
that's
lost
a good point.
To
the way they
backup
went down.
They both lost to backup quarterbacks, but were really good defenses. So it poses the question: is there a script now on these two guys, these two titans of a team, or did we just get caught in a trap game?
Now, I don't think anybody can do what Cleveland did to San Francisco because they don't have the players on the defense to do that.
What for the rest of the season?
Yeah. Ain't many teams that got two pass rushers and two raw corners.
Because we got to play the Eagles. That's one.
No, but the Eagles going to be in their cover 3. They're going to be playing zone, and Brock Purdy can play against that. What Jim Schwartz was doing to y'all, that boy was rushing, and he put them boys on the island. Man to man, man up, and let's go. I'm all up in you. When they say hike, I'm fine.
You can do that when you got
that defense is no joke, bro.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So what Jim Schwartz did, can't really nobody else do that because they don't play like Jim Schwartz. That's the Jim Schwartz defense. Everybody else out here playing zone all game.
So that's Rob's shock of the week. Two undefeateds going down. Shock of the week for Rob.
Nobody else got Myles Garrett either.
Our personal picks are done. Our shock of the week are done. Now we got about 10 minutes. What else you guys see? We can keep going with this, but now let's just round out the weekend.
Myles Garrett slung Trent. I ain't never seen nobody do that before.
Yeah, that's again another week in a row where you have Trent Williams going against the best of the best. Parsons last week, the week before. And then now you got Garrett
slung that boy.
That's a big dude, bro.
Yeah, but Trent, we got some injuries, man. We got some injuries, man. I don't know. Debo might. They say they gonna be able to play next week, but we'll see. We'll see.
What Myles Garrett did was slang a refrigerator across the room.
I mean, you had only 2 sacks they gave up. Yeah,
it was just pressure. They just brought a lot of pressure.
Yeah,
they just brought a lot of pressure. Like we did a good job of kind of rolling away from Miles, but I mean you had Clowney coming on the other side though.
Clowney played for
he do play for Baltimore now. I forgot the other guy on the end.
Yeah, I can't feel.
Maybe I'm confusing. I think I'm confusing it with the.
They have
one of them African guys.
Two.
Yeah, there you go. That's what I'm confusing it.
Yeah, he's the dude that got
Lager, whatever.
Yeah, his name is
one of them. One of them guys.
Yeah, you had 2 edges coming off, 2 corners. I mean, bro, if you can get to the quarterback,
no, that whole secondary
back there playing corner. You're not gonna get.
Their whole secondary is legit. That's why they're able to man up like that.
Yeah, secondary's legit.
That's why they're able to man up. They secondary.
Denzel Ward doesn't get a lot of shine and light because he's with the Browns, and you know they're not.
A lot of dudes are like that on that
playing
team.
Good, but they got talent. They've had talent on that side of the ball for, I'd say, at least the past 3 years, especially when they all healthy. They got rid of the inconsistent person in their secondary, Greedy Williams, and outside of that, they got a nice little young crew over there. I've always liked the Browns' defense.
Are the
For a
Bengals
couple
back?
years now.
No.
They
should have lost. They should have
Burrow's
lost that
healthy.
game.
I tell you what, my Super Bowl team looks a little better than his Super Bowl team right now. I tell you that. I
Yo,
don't
Super
know about
Bowl
the
team.
Ravens, boy. They
Yeah,
ain't
we were
flying
busting
too
on
cool.
Rob last week from the Bengals. I mean, are they back? They won 3
They're not
straight now,
back.
right?
They
Or
should have
were what?
lost.
Should have, but
Hey,
wins
shoulda,
and
coulda,
wins.
woulda.
Corrected.
The wins
No,
and
but
wins.
okay, but you can't say they should have. They back. Like they should have lost that game. That offense is horrendous.
17-13,
That offense is
14-13.
trash.
Baltimore hasn't looked good since week 1 or week 2. Other than that, they've been scoring what, 17 points on average?
No,
Lamar's what, 150, 160 yards?
no, Lamar's
They
on pace
offense
for
is-
4,500 yards.
Oh, really?
Rushing,
Is he
maybe.
now? Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
He's on pace for
Rushing.
4,500 yards and like 30 touchdowns.
What do you have
Oh,
yesterday?
His
One touchdown, one interception, 21 for
his
30.
receivers are
Yeah, one.
horrible.
Mark
Oh,
Andrews,
those are-
69.
you guys
Zay
was-
Flowers,
you guys
50.
was
Those
on, you,
receivers
the
are
guys
horrible.
out there was on that. Them guys that's on that OBJ train. Oh,
Nah,
yeah,
his
man.
receivers are
Nah,
horrible.
that boy-
Burrow looking
that boy is
horrible
done now.
with Burrow looking horrible with Jamar Chase.
Well, Burrow's
That's
injured.
different.
Are we still staying with Burrow's injured, and that's why they're not really
Not
moving that
injured.
offense?
Why am I
I'm
hearing
trying to
He
echo?
figure
looked,
out
he
what
looked,
it
he
is.
looked more healthy yesterday. He looked better yesterday. He was
No, he's
moving
not
yesterday.
hurt.
That cat was looking good.
He was moving around last week.
See, you see how he moving the goalpost, Billy?
How? I'm saying he not hurt. He not hurt.
All right.
You know.
I'm
You
not
should've-
going to talk about Baltimore because I made his comment to Dewey yesterday. I'm not getting a 45-minute conversation of how bad what's his face is, but he's not good. He can't read a defense if it was a pop-up book and told them where to go.
You crazy, man.
I mean,
Nah,
the offense. I'm not going to put it solely on him. That offense is just
I
not.
don't know. There
operating.
are
It's not-
times
it's
where
not
he's
good.
hit these guys right in their hands, and they just
Mhm.
like they don't even close their hands. They just watch the ball go through, and they're like, "Oh shit, what am I supposed to do?" Like I've
And
seen
he's
that
got-
a bunch of times. Also, it's the way he's not the best quarterback, and when he does get the ball where it needs to be, these guys, they're horrible. Also, it's
And he
it's
has
a
no
horrible
run game.
mixture they have.
It's just. I
Well,
don't
yeah,
know.
that's a problem with the Bengals, in my opinion. Their run game is not how it was last year. They're not running the ball effectively.
Yeah.
I really think they're missing that tight end. I think they're regretting letting Hurst go because when they had Hurst last year, and then you had Boyd, Higgins, Chase, and then you had Mixon. They was running. They was efficient. Now that Hurst is not there, I don't know what happened with the O line or between Mixon. That's not working out right now. So, you know, it's the offense is not
That game.
fluent.
I
It's
watched
not
that
93
game, too.
octane.
That
Yeah.
game was horrible.
Yeah, it was a rough game to watch. Mixon
Like,
to me,
Seattle's
been a
like
stud
0 for-
running back. He's always
Seattle's
been
like
a
0 for
serviceable
4 in the
guy.
red zone. Like they should have won that
Yeah.
game. Like what are
Yeah.
y'all doing?
That's poor coaching.
I mean, Seattle didn't play that good yesterday either, in my opinion.
But I'm saying they should have won. They were 0 for 4 in the red zone. Like
Yeah.
what are y'all doing?
What about those Texans, man? New Orleans
Hey, man,
is
CJ
a
Stroud.
legit defense,
CJ
but
Stroud.
I'll tell you what.
I don't know if Lou said it or we collectively said it. So I remember somebody in our group said that CJ Stroud was going to probably be all right out of the rookie quarterbacks coming out this year right now. That was going to start and
Yeah,
play.
I knew little
And
or
he's
much
showing
about
it.
them. They just showed all these guys.
And I
highlights in
picked the
college.
Texans to win. I picked the Texans to
think-
win. You heard?
I did not.
H-Town. I think I was alone. Woo!
I got Dewey's. He texted me his stuff. I didn't put it on the paper yet, but it'll be for this week's podcast. But
His
man,
guy, David Carr.
Houston looks
Keep
good,
trying to tell
man.
you about this David Carr guy. Let's do one more.
The race to
Nah, he didn't
9.
play. He didn't play good yesterday. He's a
He don't
check-down
never play
champion
good.
yesterday. No,
He don't
come on,
never
man.
play good. He need Devontae back, and Devontae needs
was a-
him.
He was a check down warrior yesterday.
I tell you what, There's two marriages that need to be put back together. Carr, Devontae Adams and the Raiders, and Dalvin Cook in Minnesota. Because those two separate is terrible.
I saw a rumor that said they're looking to trade Dalvin Cook before the deadline, try to get something back for him.
Yeah, and then Kirk Cousins said he don't want to be traded. He's not waiving his no trade clause. He's here to stay. I said, okay, you're an idiot.
No, because he know they're gonna trade him to the Jets. Well, I wouldn't go over there either.
Why wouldn't you go to the Jets? They're Super Bowl
Why the hell
ready.
would I go? Why would I waive my no trade clause to go over there and be a rental for 9 games? Like, and then next year Aaron Rodgers
and then
comes
you hit
back.
Then you hit the free agency market and you go get paid. What's the problem?
Nah.
Yeah, but he
I'm
wants
not moving.
to stay in Minnesota.
I'm not moving.
He doesn't want to. Yeah.
I'm not moving my whole family from Minnesota to New York, enroll my kids in school, do all this to be there for 9 weeks. Nah, bro.
And then when you come back next season, you're not going back to Minnesota. Some random team will try to pick you up. And I wouldn't want to. If it happens,
so what I got to do is I got to send my whole family home to Michigan, and I got to go to New York for 9 weeks. Nah, I'm good. I'll stay right here in Michigan. I'll stay right here in Minnesota.
Chris Paul been doing that for a couple years now, man. He left the kids in LA and he's in Houston or
have you not
Phoenix.
Did you not see the quarterback series? That ain't.
That's not how Kirk gets down.
No. That ain't how Kirk get down. He took instead of going to work on his off day, he went to a game. Took his kids to a baseball game.
Oh, then he's a doggone American dad. God damn it!
Are the Panthers going to win a game this season? Are the Panthers going to win a game this season?
They were winning tonight. Last time I checked.
The Panthers? They was winning tonight.
Listen, they love hockey, but this is respect to recap. So I'm watching the game.
Yeah, we're up 3-0 on the Devils.
He's freaking out. It's the first quarter, 14-0, and he's losing his shit watching the game.
I don't know why, because that was
Dewey.
Oh,
why?
I have no idea. Like it's
I don't know why he would lose it.
And it's Carolina. Like you need to calm it all the way back.
It's like boxing, man. It's like boxing. The little man came out through his combinations for the first 3 rounds, and that was it. Now that was all he got. They gave their best punch.
They don't have anything to like. All right, they're gonna get a fluke win, which anything can happen. But where on their team is the shining star that this guy could get you that extra something? It's not Young yet. It's not Miles Sanders. It's not Adam Thielen. I don't know anybody on their defense that's gonna
trash, dog.
Do what they got to
tell this man about Miles Sanders, man.
Yeah,
that's another one. Miles Sanders need to go back to Philly. Trash.
I don't see Carolina right now.
Keep trying to say, tell me about Miles.
No, Carolina is. But
I tell you what.
But
I read Tyreek is fast, but my lord,
I read today.
Tyreek is a fast dude, dog. Dante Jackson runs a 4.2 4.3.
Frank Wright he is relinquishing play calling duties.
Oh yeah. Well, they got a bye week coming up, so
I read that. That he's informed.
That's when he's relinquishing
it. He's informed the team that he will no longer call plays. And the whole time I read that was, why didn't he do that for us?
Maybe he's learning, or his weekly
Or
conversations
maybe his owner said,
he's learning. He's turning new leaves.
Let Thomas Brown call the plays.
Yeah,
I seen what you can do, buddy.
They're on a bye week this week.
Let's have one of those meetings.
They're on a bye week. They're on a bye week this week. Then they have Houston, Indy, Chicago. Maybe they can beat Chicago, but it's at Chicago. Dallas.
Maybe they can beat Chicago because Fields is gonna probably be out.
Yeah, at Tampa Bay, at New Orleans, and then home Atlanta, Green Bay, at Jacksonville.
They'll win some.
They could probably get one of these, but I mean,
they're gonna be either Chicago or or the Saints?
Tennessee. I can see Chicago. I can see taking. I can see maybe
Chicago or the
splitting
Saints?
one of your remaining division games. Tampa,
Chicago or the
Atlanta.
Saints?
Yeah.
Nah, they're not beating Atlanta. They're not beating Atlanta. They're gonna book it. We're gonna come back. We're gonna come back to episode 6. Chicago or Saints will be Panthers win or 2 wins. Nothing in between.
And those of you guys watching, we're recording this as the Dallas and Chargers game is on. So we'll give our thoughts on that game for the main podcast for Friday morning. I think it's 14-7 right now, isn't it?
Tied.
The Chargers?
No, tied. 7-7.
Oh, they must have scored and pulled it back because it was 14-7 I saw, but now it's a different score.
Who's gonna win that division?
What division?
I still think Saints win it, but Jesus Christ, what a division that is.
Nah, Tampa. Tampa got
Tampa 3-2, Atlanta 3-3,
trash.
New Orleans 3-3.
They not more trashy than the Saints.
Yeah, they trash.
I mean, at least it's a race for 3 teams. You don't got to worry about.
David
Carolina.
Carr can't even find Olave. He's keep throwing into Slant Boy, who can't even get to the slant.
To me, best potential is Tampa and New Orleans. They have the quarterbacks ish, the receivers ish, the defense ish. They have the best possible recipe to hit a few in a row and get separate a little bit.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Atlanta's got a better team, I think, offensively, but I don't know if I trust Ritter, and I don't really know what's going on with their defense. I mean, they just lost to Washington, which I know, Sam Howell's the greatest quarterback since Peyton Manning, but Atlanta looked flat as hell at Atlanta against Washington.
According to Felix, that boy Howell is a baller.
Yeah, Sam's good, but poor Sam, he's about to break the sack record.
Yeah, already?
Yep, he's about to. No, he's on pace for it. He's on pace to break it by like 20 sacks.
Yikes! Shador's on pace to be the most sacked college quarterback and break the record also.
When you drop back 50 times a game.
Yeah.
And when you don't like
they scramble a little bit,
it ain't like they run the ball
in the pocket a little bit more.
Yeah, they say he's on pace to get be sacked 60 times.
God dang.
I said, Lord.
Maybe they should try running the ball sometime.
See, bro, everybody knows the importance of a run game. If not for anything, give your quarterback a break.
Those dudes drop back like 70 times a game.
That's tough. All right, what else we got? Anything else we want to touch on before we wrap up the Respect to Recap Week 6?
I don't think I have anything else on the.
Oh, what is this? Yep, it's still tied 7-7.
Oh man. Well, for those power people that's into power, boy, Tommy show is picked up. Business is booming, boy.
Save it for Wednesday.
I will save it then.
Save it for Wednesday. What happens Wednesday?
We record on Wednesday.
Oh,
we on the air.
Well, I finished I finished the season for Righteous Gemstones.
Oh, yeah, I gotta catch up.
We record on Wednesday and we debut on Friday.
It was so good. It was so good.
Respect the Recap, episode 6.
Episode Santana Moss. And we out.